In or out, Dandelion? Dandelion, make a decision. Dandelion. Ugh. Looks like it's just us today. Alright guys, I hope you're doing well. If you're new here, my name's Caitlin. This channel I talk a lot about journal entries or just things that are on my mind. I do song covers. I think soon I'm going to be getting back into politics. So today's video I just wanted to talk about something that I'm learning to do, which is care less about what people think of me. One of my New Year's resolutions this year, which I talk about in my How Did My New Year's Resolutions Go video, which I will put a clip to up here. One of my New Year's resolutions is to care less about what people think of me. And I came to realize that I've been doing that. One day I was just like, oh, I don't really care what that person thinks of me. Or I don't care what people think of me much anymore. It just kind of hit me. I wanted to know why so that I can, see that connection and learn from that. And then I came to realize that I had learned that I have what is, by any definition, an inferiority complex. I had learned that through therapy, just honest self-reflection, I suppose. Once I realized I had an inferiority complex, I really had to work on overcoming that. I really had to work on seeing myself as equal to people. And that's when I realized that I think that me caring less about what people think of me is a product of me learning to recover from my inferiority complex. What does it mean to have an inferiority complex? It means that you value other people more than yourself. You believe you're inferior to them. They matter more than you do. Well, by extension, that also has to mean that you think that their opinion matters more than yours does. If I care so much about what someone thinks of me, that's probably because I value them more than I value myself. And I think that it's true on the opposite end of things as well, right? Like, if I had narcissistic personality disorder or a superiority complex of some kind, I probably don't care enough about what people think of me. It's like, oh, my opinion's the only one that matters. And that's definitely a problem, I think. But for me, what I need to work on was caring less about what people think of me. Other people's opinions matter too, but not any more than mine. As I saw myself more as equal to other people, the less I cared about what they thought of me. And so these days, what I have found is if someone gives me an attitude or they don't like me or they don't treat me well or something, I just ask myself, I genuinely ask myself this question in my head. Do I even like this person? Like, are they even someone that I aspire to be like? Do I even find them admirable? Do I care about them? Would I want to be someone like them? And I'm just going to tell you, 99.9% of the time, it's a hell no. Like, God, not only is it a no, but it's like I actively try not to be someone like you. Now, every once in a while, I'm surprised and I actually do like that person. And that's when I care more about, like, well, maybe it was me. Like, what did I do? But if I don't even like a person, there's no reason to value what they think of me more than I value what I think of me. And that's really what it comes down to. Is I valued what other people thought of me way more than what I thought of myself. And one thing that helps is just having a good, supportive friend group who brings out the best in you, which I would argue, a lot of people don't really have, and it kind of sets them back in life. But, having a friend group who can just help you check yourself. Like, I don't want to become so I'm not inferior to other people that I never care about what people think of me. I don't want to be narcissistic. If I had to choose, I'd rather have an inferiority complex than a superiority complex, because at least someone with an inferiority complex can learn, right? Because they don't believe that they know everything. But someone with a superiority complex, if they think that they're better than you, then they must know more than you, and there's no reason to listen to what anyone else thinks. So at least, you might be ignorant, but you can learn. An ignorant person can learn, but if you're ignorant and narcissistic, you're not going to be able to learn unless you have a very brief moment of humbleness where you decide maybe they're right or something. But the thing is, that's not how the world works. Like, I don't have to choose between a superiority complex and an inferiority complex. I can just be a balanced individual. I guess the big profound lesson I learned recently, or just discovery I made about myself, is that my need and desire to be liked and to care about so much about what people think of me stems from my inferiority complex. It stems from a belief that other people matter more than me, and that my opinion doesn't matter as much as their opinion. And it doesn't matter more, but it doesn't matter less. And I would say that if they are someone I don't even like, then I would say my opinion of myself does matter more than their opinion of me. Like when it's someone who I don't even aspire to be like. And it's not like, every time I meet someone, I'm just trying to figure out like who's the better person, whose opinion should I care about more. But if you're going to attack me for being a bad person in some way, then I'm going to ask myself, do I even like you anyway? Like if you're someone out there who cares a lot about what people think of you, I'm not a psychologist and I would never diagnose this. I have no idea. I'm just saying that there might be a possibility that maybe you have an inferiority complex. And if you're somebody who doesn't care enough, you never think anyone has anything of value to say to you, you probably have somewhat of a superiority complex. Or it could be that. Maybe it's linked to that. I think I'll always have to fight an inferiority complex because it stems from trauma, and trauma by definition is unhealable 100%. But it's not unlivable. I'll always have to deal with it, but I'm healing from it, and it's satisfying to know that. And it's nice to live a life where you're comfortable in your own skin, and you don't care about what people think of you. And when you do care about what people think of you, it's the people who actually care about you and love you and want the best for you. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you found lessons from it, and I'll see you soon.